Man, it's so true. When you pour love into anything, it grows. I've been listening to a ton of readers who have been telling like love stories or like this kind of thing where there's, you know, in all the stories, it's like the men are in regret, right? Like they're in regret because it's like, I guess they're circling back and they're seeing all the women they left them or whatever the case is, they're no longer together, have blossomed and bloomed. And they're almost mad about it. Like they thought only their love would make them blossom and bloom and they took their love away. So how could you be blossoming and blooming? And it's such an arrogant way to see things and it's so obnoxious. Yet the underlying thing I was taking was like the idea of it's true. It's like, you know, when people are down and out, but you see the potential in them or the love in them and you pour love into them. But this could be the wrong message too, because women do this. Women, we do see the potential and we pour our love into the wrong men in that they haven't shown up consistently. They're not putting forth the effort. They're not whatever. It's not like you're partners and then you're pouring into one another. And of course, we all have ups and downs. Women often will see the potential before there's anything there. And then we're just pouring out our love, like emptying out our own cup for nothing. Where men are the opposite. They refuse to water anything unless it's already blooming or something like that. And then they want in. And it's like, well, no. It's the idea of like the red hen they're showing where it's like, nobody wants to help you when you're down. But then when you're up, it's like, oh, they all come around. And it's like, where the fuck were you when I needed you, right? And it's something like this. All these messages are blurring into one, but they're showing. And I feel like it's like a lot of what the readers were saying. It's like they want in now, but they're also mad that you're blooming. It's this mentality, which it is interesting as I'm talking it out because, well, let's just say you are married and then you stop pouring into one another. That's when the marriage dies, right? That's when it's just like, you know, anything that if you don't continue to nurture it and nourish it and pour love into it, it will eventually die, sometimes slower than others, but, you know, it can be strong and resilient and hang on, but eventually it's going to die. And they often say, but I don't know why. What do you mean? Did you feed it? Did you water it? Do you know what love is? Or did you use the less than, right? And, you know, that's a lesson for all of us to learn. Yeah. But so that's what seems to be bothersome. It's like because it's dead, I don't know, they keep showing all these men expect these women to also be dead. So they think they're the source. Is that it? Are we talking about God complex men? Like men, right? Like, is that what you're showing me? It's like all these men. That's why I thought of those stories. I feel like some of those stories were trying to say that, but they're saying, no, it's a little different. Okay, so what? It's all these men. It's like they're circling back and I don't know. I guess they expected to see a graveyard or something. It's like what they're showing. It's like they wanted to see. Look, how fucked up is that? They wanted to see the women down and out that they're no longer with, and they look at it like they left them behind, or they weren't worthy, or of them pouring into them, or something. You know, when you hear investment, they weren't worth the investment. This kind of thing. But isn't that the wrong mentality to begin with? Okay, let's not get sidetracked. Okay. And yet, all these women are blooming. Like all these gorgeous flowers are there. And they seem like angry about it. That's kind of fucked up and funny, right? Like, so you're angry that these beautiful flowers are flourishing and blooming. And so you're suggesting you would have much rather have had them dead and buried and gone and sad and depressed and awful, because that would, boost up your ego. It would confirm, oh, you were their sunshine. Without you, there is no sun. It's like, oh, for fuck's sake, get a hold of yourself, get a goddamn grip. You're really not that. You're not that. That's for damn sure. And yet that's their mentality. That's their confusion and delusion. And so I guess that's what they're really more mad about. They're really more mad about the realization and the truth and the fact that they are not as spectacular as they deemed themselves to be. They are not the God they thought they were, right? Like this idea is devastating. That's more the blow. That's more the blow to, okay, that's what they're showing me. That's really the blow. It's not so much that the women aren't depressed, but because the women aren't depressed, it confirms what they already knew, that they're nothing special, right? It's like this is the idea of people stepping on other people's back to make themselves feel better. They're not filling up from the inside out. They're filling up from the outside in. So they want to see the outside devastated in their wake would confirm their lie that they're better than and they're everything. And when that's not the case, like this is such a fucked up way of thinking, right? Like men who think like this, because the truth is mature men who are coming from truth and purity would be just beyond happy to see people they're no longer with doing phenomenal, right? Like that's the idea. Like my ex, I hope to God he's beyond happy and thriving in life and business and love and in all parts, right? It's like we want the best for our past. Like, why would you not wish blessings upon everybody? Why would you not? It doesn't, because they're you, essentially. It serves you to be happy, but you have to truly be too. It can't be just lip service. Just saying it, you'll actually boil more inside. You have to truly own that, believe that, know that. And that, I guess, takes the work inside and the maturing and the understanding of that. And that is what these men do not have. And so I guess it just shows their immaturity. It shows their truth. It shows where they're coming from. It shows their intention. It shows where their heart really lies. It's like that idea that they've always been the devil's son, right? Like they were always coming from that bad place. Yeah. It's just really fucked up. Could you imagine? Could you imagine people seeing you not doing well and actually happy about that because in their mind it confirms that they were your everything? It's really fucked up. Yeah, sorry, I'm just trying to go through all that in my head. And so it's like, I guess that's the idea of, all the stuff I've been learning, where this is where we all have to love ourselves, right? Because I guess I'm just trying to think of it now from the woman's point of view, where I know I have been, it's like we do grieve. It's like that loss, that sadness of what once was. It's like of who we once were, right? So it's that old identity and that space and place and time. And yet that's the lesson for us to learn, that we're always evolving, changing, and growing into a better version of ourselves. And so sometimes it's just the natural progression and grief of losing one's old identity, right? And understanding it better and integrating it more. Like, in other words, and then recognizing the love's coming from you. Like, it's just untangling our own mind, our own knots, our own lies, our own confusion, right? Like, what were we hinging where? What were we thinking? What are we really sad about, right? Like, all these things. And when we can get clarity around all of that, it's like we can release all that and then continue to bloom and grow in the right way. And yet, I guess, some of us, it takes longer, or some maybe don't ever untangle it and they do remain. There has to be that case too, where they do remain down and out or depressed, only because why would these men ever think that was ever an option or the case? And I guess because they've seen it. It's happened before. And when that happens, that just encourages and cements in the lie they're telling themselves. They're telling themselves they were your son. They're telling themselves they were your God. That's a false idol. That's a lie. That's an illusion. And then it's lying to themselves. And so it's pumping up their ego. It's confusing them further. It's keeping them stuck in their immaturity, in their lack, in their false belief. So it's not helping them either. I guess this is the idea that it helps everybody when you are true to yourself and standing in your truth and in your power. Right? Like so it's like, even though it will apparently burn these men to see these women flourishing, it's actually serving them for them to see the truth, that they were never these women's sons, for them to think that these women's lives revolved around them because they were God is a lie. And for them to continue to tell themselves that lie in their head is only harming them and pumping up their ego, which is going to then smash and crash. And the bigger it gets, the harder it hurts. So even though it might sting or burn for them to see it at whatever stage, it's better to see it sooner than later. So it's only serving everybody when they stand in their truth, when everybody stands in their truth. And yes, that can be challenging, right? Yeah, because they're showing it's like, but even standing in their truth, it's like these women know they're literally showing all these flowers that are standing strong and erect and beautiful and bloomed. And yet they also see these angry mob of men coming to want to chop them down and step on them and trample them. So you would almost want to, it's the idea of play the dead rock. You'd almost want to bend over and shrink and act like, but that's not serving you, and it's not truthful, and it's not serving them. And yes, it's going to end up hurting both because they're going to purposely hurt you. They're purposely going to cut you down or chop at you or trample you. But I guess you just have to look to the real sun, right? The real truth. Having that unconditional love in oneself and believing it, knowing it. Yeah. So I'm just going to tell you what they're showing me. So the men did do this, and they're all happy because all of the flowers are now trampled on. And so they're sitting down, but they don't feel any better now that because they realize they are the ones who killed the beauty of the flower. Why would they purposely kill the beauty of the flower? Now they look like even bigger idiots. Now they look like the tantrum children they are. Now they look like the little morons sitting, like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, what purpose did that serve? You feel better now that you trampled all those beautiful flowers? Do you feel better? What did you actually accomplish? You proved them right even more, that you're children. You're not anybody they could go to look for safety or certainty or protection or love. That's not love. You confirmed what you saw. They didn't need you, and they can't depend on you. You confirmed what they knew. You are not it. You confirmed it by your actions of chopping them down. You confirmed your greatest fear and their knowing. So now they're all sobbing. Oh, and now all the flowers are coming back to life right before their very eyes. And wow, and what is happening? These flowers are growing big and large, like ridiculously big and large. It's not even normal. There must be on like some kind of miracle grow. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like literally these flowers are growing to an obnoxious, like, animated size. And the men are fading. They're not just fading because they're shrinking. In other words, the flowers are growing so big that they're towering over these men, but they're actually fading. I don't know what that, like, they're actually, I don't know how to verbalize that better. Like, it's like they're turning into ghosts, is what I mean by fading. Like, they're literally fading out. Or maybe they're saying they're dying. Or maybe that's what it's saying. Maybe they're saying it's the death of the ego. Maybe that's what they're trying to imply. It's like that's what dies off. I don't know. It's definitely symbolism here, but I don't like to think while I'm describing because it jumps me out of it. Interesting. But these flowers are massive now. Like they're almost like a forest. Does that make sense? Like these like massive trees, but they're not trees. They're all flowers. It's kind of funny only because of the size is quite obnoxious and comical in that there's no possible way these flowers could get to these ginormous sizes. It doesn't exist. There's no amount of Miracle-Gro that could get them the size that they are, but they're beautiful and spectacular, and it is quite funny. And the men are more or less gone. They're almost vanished into thin air. So lots of lessons in there. Yeah. Thanks so much for tuning in and listening. You can now purchase an audio journey with me using the link below.